Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savell.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way.
Hello, Mark.
Hi, Joey.
Welcome.
Episode 22.
We're on episode 22.
The end of summer.
End of summer. It is the end of summer.
Like, where did it go?
I have no idea.
Everyone says that and it's so cringe when you hear it, but I feel it. Like, summer's over.
No, it was very quick.
Yeah.
It was very, very
Yeah, and it wasn't that hot.
No, I mean, it was either extremely hot
Yeah.
or not.
Reminds me of the real estate market.
Yeah.
That's a good segue of what we're going to get into this week. We're going to talk about our fall predictions.
We're getting into prediction territory.
Based on nothing but what we feel.
That's it.
And zero scientific data.
It's all gut feel at this
I
point.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Speaking of gut feelings, you went to the exhibition.
I did go to the exhibition. You went to the exhibition.
I also did. What'd you think of it?
It was packed.
What day did you go?
I went on Friday. I went yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And the weather was good too.
Weather was great.
Yeah.
It was absolutely packed. By the end of it, I was like absolutely ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. How long did you last?
Good question. I'm not sure. We had an early start to the day.
Okay.
So we were hopping around. Like we were in Dundas Square for the first part, and then we ended up at the X.
Okay.
I think we went from I'd say 9 to 11.
That's pretty good.
It was a stretch. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's just the right amount of time. 2 hours.
Yeah. You get your food in. Oh man, did I get my food in?
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Okay. So I tried a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
There's one highlight, but I did fried cheese curds.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just looking for the weird stuff.
Yeah,
Not the too weird because there's some there's stuff that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Agreed.
But fried cheese curds I did do. They were good. Usually just make you feel kind of gross afterwards. That's what they do best. Pulled pork I had.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It
was it a food truck?
It was in the food building.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
But the creme de la creme, super fries.
Super?
Yeah, super fries.
Super fries. And where was that?
It was in the food.
In the food
Yeah, it was
court.
actually just beside the. I got two of them at the same time.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and they were Korean fries. Korean fries with kimchi and bulgogi. No, I knew it. I was going to butcher it.
We're just going to go with that. It's bulgogi.
What is it?
Bulgogi.
Oh, I never would have got that right.
Bulgogi. Hey, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know.
Bulgogi, yeah.
Okay.
Bulgogi pork.
Okay.
Or no, beef.
And that's on top of the fries.
Yeah, it was like a poutine thing.
Nice.
It was so good.
Nice.
Yeah, super fries.
Okay, I walked through the food building and I'm like, why isn't this operated all year round?
The food building?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like, what a missed opportunity. Like, open the exhibition fairgrounds. You know those little trikes you drive around on where they take drinks out of?
Yeah.
It's like a bachelor party thing like they do it in Nashville. You can do it here, but you can't drink.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
Close down the exhibition year round, do that. In the wintertime, cross-country skiing, like do a track around
Oh,
it.
that'd be good. That's
And then have the food court. I'm like, why is this only open for 3 weeks?
Yeah, very true.
When we were in Portugal, we went to a place called Time Out Market that was very much similar to that. It was like an old building and they have the vendors there year round. That place was printing money. Huge missed opportunity here.
Yeah, very true.
There's probably a reason why it's not done, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, 100%. And I couldn't pick. Like for the first half hour, I just walked everything.
Yeah.
And was trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna just mark down which ones I think.
No, I like that. Get your scope.
Yeah.
Do the lap.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? These three, let's see who's got the shortest lineups and attack.
That's it. Yeah. That's exactly it.
I love it.
What did you do? How was your eats?
I'm not that adventurous. In my old age, like those things, I don't mess with that anymore. Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Also known as pogo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
How do you refer to them?
Pogos. Yeah, pogo sticks.
I'm a pogo stick guy.
Yeah.
But the wife, it's like when we were dating, she's like, oh, I'm dying to try a corn dog. I'm like, that sounds disgusting. And then we get there, I'm like, oh, pogo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, that's a corn dog. I'm like, what? That's a pogo stick.
Yeah.
That's a corn dog.
Yeah. A pogo stick is where I'm at as well.
But funny enough, in the X, nobody calls it a pogo stick. They're all called corn dogs.
No, yeah, that's
what
right
they
over
are.
my head.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
So I just had a standard straight up OG pogo stick.
Pogo stick.
With a little bit of ketchup.
Yeah.
I didn't even play with the mustard. I was so cautious. because all those smells and all that stuff, I'm like, God, this is not the place to have
gets to you. Yeah,
a weak stomach night. Yeah. So we had that, and then we had the knockoff Tiny Tim's donuts.
Yeah.
They're called like Donut Fresh or Donut Now or something.
Okay.
Dude, they're better than Tiny Tom's.
Oh, no way.
100%.
Okay.
I think cheaper.
Yeah.
Even if they're not cheaper, there's like next to no lineup. It's located near the Polar Express, like that end of the Midway.
Yeah.
We had our donuts in like under 5 minutes. I'm like, this is the best. And then you pass by the Tiny Tom donuts.
They're endless.
Insane.
Endless line.
Yeah. Did you ride the gondola?
No, that line was also bananas.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah. It was like that. It was almost around the whole freaking thing.
Okay, but do you know how far the gondola goes?
It's not far. You can see it from point to point.
The lineup is longer than the ride. I'm like, this just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear the planes?
Oh, there they are.
Okay, so fun fact, I love air shows.
Yep.
I love airplanes. I love speed. I love all that stuff. And there's like the C-18s flying above us right now, and I am so excited.
Yeah.
This is going to be an awesome podcast. But did you see the Jesus sticks? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, what was up with that?
So I'm like, we live in 2023, like crazy shit happens. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of people walking around here with wooden staffs.
They're like walking sticks.
And I was like, okay, maybe there's like a sale at like the Better Living building for like a mop.
Yeah.
And this is like the stick and you have the mop in your knapsack, right? But I see like little kids, young people. I'm like, these don't look like mopping type people. So we're in one of the buildings and I went to this couple. I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you. Oh, and at the top, they have like the Italian flag in beads.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's green, white, and red. So I stopped one couple. I'm like, hey, where'd you get that stick from? And they're like, oh, you just go to the booth, you talk to him about Jesus, and he gives you a stick. I'm like, okay, no, seriously. She's like, no, we're dead serious. So that just piqued my interest. I'm
Get
like,
out of here.
who is this man giving Jesus sticks to people? And so I saw an older lady. I'm like, hi, ma'am. Like, what's the deal with your stick? Oh, it's a Jesus stick. I'm like, what the hell?
What the hell?
So there was a booth. I saw it, but I didn't interact with him. And they tell you something about Jesus and then they give you these wooden staffs.
Get out of here.
So whoever thought that was a good idea.
They're in their free staffs. You just get a Jesus fact and a staff.
Jesus fact and a staff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I was so curious what that was about. I didn't know where the booth was.
I had to ask.
Yeah.
It was burning. I'm like, what is that? Did you see the drone show?
Oh, we were in the worst spot when the drone
Okay.
show hit. Yeah. We were on the angle where we couldn't read anything. It was like all just looked like one line.
Oh, they do like words out of it?
There was like words and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
Pictures and things like that.
We were staring at the sky, but there's no drones.
Nothing showed up.
We were there at 10:15. It was the night of the blue moon. So it was like Wednesday. Like
Yeah.
there's a big blue moon thing going on.
Yeah.
And there was no drones.
Yeah. Okay.
My mother-in-law was like, let's go home. What are we doing here? And it was cold. It was like,
We were right about to leave, and we were in the churro line, and we were
Okay.
just watching it from the churro line, which was not a vantage point for the show. Yeah.
can I ask what your total expenditures was for the day? Nothing you're proud of.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, I'm not spending a cent in this place. Games, not playing them. Somehow I spent $200.
Yeah.
Walked out with $45 worth of spices.
Oh, you got spices.
No,
Okay.
the wife got spices. I paid for them.
Okay.
We've got like some heat pack thing. It's going to help with inflation of our bodies, not of the market.
think I saw that.
Inflammation.
Nice.
Sorry, inflammation. Yeah. And some other dumb stuff.
So I did 2 games.
Okay.
I did 2 games and won both of them.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
What game?
Walked out with 2 prizes.
Which games?
So one of them was where you throw the baseball at just like empty Coke can
beer,
bottles.
Oh, beer cans, whatever.
Yeah, there's breaking glass.
Yeah.
So I won that.
Was that a big prize?
Yeah.
Congrats.
I mean, it was like a medium prize. It was
yeah, a couple feet.
Big enough.
Good size.
Yeah. And what was this? Oh, the second one was the whack-a-mole. I got a whack-a-mole prize.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know. I was feeling it.
We're going to train for, I don't know if you saw it, the one where you have to hold on to the bars.
I saw that. I was so tempted to go in there, and I don't think I would have lasted. I think you have to last 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. Did you see anyone win?
So the clock was kind of distorted when we were there. So
Okay.
we were walking past it when we were looking at it, and it looked like a 1 with a line through it. So we're like, is that guy's either at 4 minutes or he's just at 1 minute still?
Carney tricks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw a guy get down. No one won. I didn't see anyone win. I stayed there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Closest someone got down to was like 9 seconds. So that last 10 seconds is the hard part. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be such a slap in the face.
And it doesn't matter how like jacked you are, like big or small. Because I saw a little tiny guy get to like 14 seconds.
It's like it's a grip strength.
It's grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all grip strength.
And the wife said it best. She's like, there's probably like a little bit of like oil or like
You just slip things, you're regripping.
slowly. Yeah. So anyhow, well, that was pretty cool. I think we summed up the exhibition.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Deals. What do we got going on? I put up Candy Factory.
Yes, you did.
Oh, that is such a sweet listing.
What a stunner.
Yeah, it is.
What a stunner. It's one of those ones where you're like, I think Instagram is going nuts on this.
It
one.
is. Yeah. I've had like a lot of agents do videos in the place, which is a little bit of an adjustment. And not like I'm still a little bit old school in that, but I think it's good promotion for the listing. It just please ask permission before you film a video.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. But we'll leave it there. The unit itself, I understand why people want to take videos of it. It's stunning.
It's stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, they put the chevron flooring front to back. So it's in the most iconic loft in the city, Candy Factory. That's the loft to be in. But then he put they put a really good touch on the place. So you got the herringbone floors. He redesigned the bedroom to give it a little bit more functional space, closet organizers. He even built a nice walk-in when you come in to put your jackets and stuff, which I thought was a smart move. Storage underneath the bed because it's an elevated bedroom.
Love that.
The bathroom. Did you see that bathroom?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. And that's a porcelain tile.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. I had to get really close and it fooled me to the touch and I had to ask him. He's like, yeah, it's a porcelain, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
And that's a smart renovation because one, it looks better than the actual natural stone. And this is a lot more durable. Porcelain's, foolproof. You don't have to worry about sealing it and all that other stuff that you do with the natural marbles. So the place is stunning. We've got a lot of activity. Maybe by this time next week it's sold. I don't know. But people are coming through, which is really good. And then we have another listing coming up this week in Regent Park.
Right.
20 Tubman.
20 Tubman.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah. Good size. It's a 1+10, like a proper, starter unit.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have a price point that you're...
We're thinking 649.9.
Okay.
Yeah, so just under the 650 point and we'll see what comes of it.
Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right.
How was your week? What'd you get up to?
This week, I had closing this week.
Nice.
Yeah, had a closing with Pantages.
Pantages, the famous Pantages.
Famous Pan. Drake would be proud.
So the running joke is Joey's got his own interpretation of almost every word in the human dictionary. And sometimes I look at him like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then when he shows me, I'm like, oh, you mean Pantages. Okay, now I understand. So congrats.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very smooth. It was a smooth transaction. And I wanted to shout out Dory.
Okay.
Dory, the agent that was on the co-op side. She's with the Armstrong team, Right at Home Realty.
Nice.
And she killed it. She was just like, certain transactions, you hit people that are just like, this was a pleasure.
Yeah.
And she was one of them. And I wanted to shout her out.
Smooth as butter.
Smooth as butter.
I like it. Awesome. Shall we transition into where the hell we think this market's going?
Yes, we shall.
Okay. Any noises we need to make? Any sound effects?
I think we should.
All right.
We always do a little bit jazz.
Jazz it up.
Yeah.
Time of the year for transition time. Cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like it. Yeah,
Good,
we're getting good at it now.
Yeah, we are.
It's second nature.
Yeah. Shout out us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the wind that's driving the sales of this market.
Yeah.
And that's the interest rates.
Yeah.
So funny story. From the beginning of August, I didn't think they were going to increase it in September. Just didn't think it.
Yeah.
Based on nothing. Just my own ego was like, nah, they're not doing it. And that was against popular opinion.
Yep.
A lot of the analysts and a lot of the mortgage brokers were saying the predictions are that they will be increasing it in September.
Yep.
And I read somewhere like there was a 95% chance as of this Monday that just passed that they were going to increase it. Well, as of Friday,
See how fast things change.
or like how little no one knows about anything.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. It's now a 2% chance of them increasing the rates next week.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And this was like up until what? When did it actually get released that this swapped? It was like this. It was
Friday or Thursday.
Yeah.
It just happened.
It was a guarantee. Every conversation everybody was having with anybody who was asking was September, they're going to raise it. And then we're going to see what happens after that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even they might or they might not. It was just like they're raising it. And now all of a sudden, boom, one number came out, one report came out, and it's like, oh, they're not going to raise it anymore.
Yeah. And we still don't know.
No, it's still up in the air.
2% is still a percent. So
No, it went from 90 to 2, so it can go from 2 to 90 again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So just goes to show you that, like, sure, watch the news, but don't put too much faith in what the kind of popular opinion is, because it could change on a dime. So the whole core of it is that in the market numbers are getting bad in terms, or like the economies are slowing down. So they want to not further harden it by doing another interest rate increase.
That's right.
But so funny how these like reports come out just days before the announcement of another rate hike. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's the one very big factor that will determine the direction of the fall market.
Yep.
So it's quite simple. If rates go up, expect it to be slower than expected. But if rates hold, we're not even talking about drop.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot better than I thought it would have been in August.
Originally.
Like my original predictions of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. I'm really curious to see what happens with, so here's one of the things that's going to happen in September. Inventory.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be everybody who pulled off the market is going to also pull back onto the market, or at least probably the majority is going to hit in September, because everybody wasn't getting the price that they wanted, and anybody who was able to hold, they just said, let's wait until the fall.
And let's not forget the White Lotus effect.
Right,
it's over.
Yeah,
Vacations are done.
Vacations are done.
And I'm telling you, Europe was slammed. Like there were so many people there.
Yeah.
So look at the bird. Look at the planes.
It's in sight,
dude. I love planes. Like, you think I go crazy over squirrels passing our office? Just imagine what planes do for me.
Birds, planes. I'm sensing there's something happening.
And water.
Yeah.
I love waves and sharks.
It's all nature.
It's nature.
You're a nature man.
I am.
Yeah.
Anyhow, going back to the topic at hand here.
So we're talking about inventory. White Lotus effect is over.
Yeah, it's over. Everyone who held off is coming back.
Yep.
Like we said last episode or a couple episodes back, like photographers, stagers, all these accessory team members that we work with are all telling us they're slammed.
Yeah.
I was with Ben the other day shooting one of the listings we have coming up. He's booked up until October.
Oh, wow. So people are coming through.
Yeah,
It's 100%. It makes sense. Anybody who pulled off is going to hit again in September, along with whatever new inventory would have come up at the time.
Exactly.
So if they do pause it, the question mark is going to be how much are the buyers going to outpace the inventory? Yeah. Are we going to hold stable? My prediction is prices aren't going to go in any aggressive direction one way or another.
I like that. I think a stable growth for would it be Q3? We're getting to Q4, the last quarter. So I would say stable growth for the last little
shot, if they hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, if they hold it, because like we're still talking, 5.75% if they hold it.
Yeah.
Right? If they go up to 6, that's worse, but it's still a high amount for people to absorb and you have to qualify it. I think it's 7.5 or 8% now, right? So
no question. And the other thing that I guess isn't talked about as much, because we're all watching the Bank of Canada announcements, is that fixed rates. Mm-hmm. The fixed rates that are happening in the background. If for anybody who doesn't know, those are not correlated. Mm-hmm. A variable rate and fixed rate can be very different numbers. Mm-hmm. And in the background, as everybody's watching Bank of Canada make the announcement on the variable rate, the fixed rates have also been rising. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, they're pretty much even keel right now for a 3-year fixed and a variable. So that's two things that are still like affordability is still on a question mark on the table.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like a rate hold isn't a drop back down to 2.5% interest rates.
Yes,
it's just not increasing the pain, right? So I don't know. I'm going to hold to what I kind of predicted, that rates will stay the same. I think you hit a good point of the question mark is how much inventory is coming, and I think a boatload.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to see, and if you're thinking of listing, you probably want to list higher than market value and expect to negotiate down, then try to do a bidding war style.
If inventory starts climbing.
Yeah.
So when inventory starts to get low is when the bidding war style works.
Right.
When there's an excess, obviously, there's more things for people to look at. They'll just wait the week out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's that we're definitely on the more inventory side.
Right.
And we're talking obviously based in Toronto. That's where we work. Outskirts, the 905s could be a totally different story. But in the city, and it's been relatively low for inventory. So like there is a lot of buyers who haven't been able to be placed, right? And
and then not to mention, there's also this idea of the game of chicken between buyers and sellers, where if you don't need to sell it, you can just terminate and hold off.
Right.
So come September, if the majority of buyers are able to pull off and not have to sell that place, they might just do it again and wait till the fall next, and then just keep waiting the clock out until it makes sense for them to sell again.
Yeah, and that's like, I think we generalize, people are selling because they have to. Not always. Some people are downsizing, and if they do it in 6 to 9 months, that's fine. Some people are like, it could be an estate sale where the house is paid off and the family's like, we could wait until we get a really good number. We don't have to sell it right now. Yeah. There's a plethora of reasons why, waiting might make sense for certain people.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm still sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my guns that either we're going to go steady growth. I'm not going to, if we hold, I'm going to say we're not going to see the decreases happen until maybe that December area where it's that
seasonally slow.
Yeah, exactly. We're hitting normal seasonality. It seems very much like it.
Yeah, that's a good thing to remind people. Is like it was like this for a long period of time. A lot of our parents bought in these type of climates where interest rates were higher, and it was like you negotiate. You don't have to go in and blindly bid a crazy amount, right? Yep. And it's a return to maybe like 15, 20 years ago's norm of how houses are being sold or how properties are being sold. Talking about the segments, which segment do you think is going to do the best in the next 3 months?
It's funny because I read that note prior to the podcast, and I think I know where your head's at. Do you not?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I really don't. Yeah.
I'm still gonna. You know what? I'm still gonna go with semis.
Semis?
I'm still gonna go with semis.
I see why you said that. Because I love semis.
No, actually, I thought you were gonna say something different. But I am gonna go with semis, and it's because of the fact that of all of the inventory, it's still the tightest.
It's the tightest.
It's the tightest, and it's still the one that you can grasp at the most. That becomes more affordable. That's like a freehold home.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that. Condos are the question mark.
That's my pick. Yeah. I'm going to go bold. I think condos are going to have the most amount of activity. They're going to see the most amount of growth. It's going to be the busiest of the sectors. Only because I think detached are going to have the toughest go in the next little while. So
I was going to ask you, what's the reasoning that you think condos are more appealing because of the fact that detached and freeholds are
so expensive? Yeah. And also like if let's just use an average price of 1.5 million for a detached versus an average price of 700,000 for a condo. There are two different types of people buying each inventory, like condo versus detached. But I think just by the way the environment is, more people will be saying, look, condos is what we can afford. Let's go that route. Yeah. And I'm not saying 1 bedrooms. Like there's probably going to be 2+ 3 bedroom buyers. But I think the shift now is condos are going to be the hot item for the next little while. And once the rates kind of come down a bit, it will shift back to detached.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
That's my take.
Those are the predictions then. Okay. Semis on this side, condos on this side.
Condos on this side. So are we saying biggest price increase? I think we have to go by percentage price increase if we're going to make a little friendly wager.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because inventory is skewed because there's more condos than semis.
Yeah.
So let's go off of
price.
Biggest price increase from September to end of year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
You take team semi.
Yeah.
I'll take team condo.
All right.
Do you want to put a wager on
Oh, boy.
I'll let you set the
wager.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we've gotten the Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah.
What else do you not like? I know what you like. You like birds. I like birds. Planes.
Yeah. I'm not eating any of those.
You like waves.
I love waves.
It's an interesting one.
I love waves. They're so powerful. They're so mighty.
I need something that let me think about something you hate.
I hate olives. Straight up.
You hate olives?
I hate olives.
What, a jar of olives? The jar is like going to kill you.
The brine. If you want me to drink olive brine.
Oh, a shot of olive brine.
Yeah, that'll kill me.
Okay.
That's like puke worthy.
Shot of olive brine.
Okay. And what do you hate, Joey?
Oh, lots.
We don't cardio. Salads you kind of like.
Salads, I'm into salads.
Yeah, you're into salads.
I don't hate salads.
Yeah.
I like meat.
You like meat? Yeah, but it's what you don't like.
Oh, yeah. What don't I like? Yeah, that's a good question. Pickles.
You don't like pickles?
The shot of, if we're going to talk about brines, yeah, pickle brine is just...
Okay, shot for shot. Okay. Olive and pickle.
Right. Olive and pickle.
Yeah. My dad makes really good pickles, so I can bring you some. They're like bread and butter. They're sweet. They're good.
I'm sure they're made well for pickle lovers.
Okay, fair. Well said. For someone who dislikes pickles, it's just not your cup of tea.
They're like I can handle them, especially the brine. Is the brine? Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
My sister does shots of pickle juice. I don't know why. With Jack Daniels.
You know what? And it was
a thing.
My sister as well.
Okay.
Yeah. She loves pickled juice and pickles, and I think that's where my hatred of them comes from.
Fair. And my sister loves olives.
So, okay.
But I just hate olives, not because of my sister. They're just
I'm blaming everything on my sister at this point.
I should try that. That's not a bad idea.
All right. So that's the prediction.
That's the bet.
That's the bet.
Yeah. I take condos. You take semis. Losers got to drink a brine of their most hated brine sauce.
Brine sauce. Okay.
Brine juice.
All right. Deal. That's
okay. What else are you feeling? What else do you think's going to happen out there?
Okay. I wanted to do a long-term prediction.
Okay.
Like long-term as in not just the end of the year. I'm going to shoot like a couple years out.
Oh, wow. I'm team real estate is slow money.
Okay.
All day. It's the long way to go.
Okay. I'm thinking, sorry, I guess maybe not long-term. I'm talking midterm. Midterm.
Do you want to know where the market's going to be in 3 years? Is that what you're asking me? You want me to make my prediction? It's going to be better than it is today. I think 3 years is a good span, maybe.
Okay, that's good.
So let me preface it like this. If you buy property, the right amount of time, the minimum amount of time to hold a property is 5 years. If you could get away in some of these crazy Toronto markets with selling within 3 years, but you're probably breaking even or not walking away with much. The sweet spot is 5 years.
Right.
So let's do maybe a 3 to 5 year prediction.
Okay.
We will be higher than we are today, without a doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely certain.
Absolutely certain.
Okay.
Do you know about the Black Swan?
The Black Swan effect?
Yeah. Not the show with Natalie Portman, which I absolutely love as well because it's got Natalie Portman and birds. I don't even know if it was called the Black Swan, but she dresses as a black
swan. It was, yeah.
Was it? Okay. Well, it's a great movie.
I think it was, yeah.
We're going to say it is. So, like, I'll never forget this. It's hard to talk about it, but like 9/11, obviously terrible thing. Lots of really messed up things happened during that time frame. I was really young. I was in high school, and I wasn't really that watching markets and whatnot. But after 9/11, they had to drop rates significantly to stimulate the economy and get people shopping and stuff again.
Right.
Most recently, they did the same thing with COVID.
Yeah.
Black Swan events are incredibly hard to predict. Yep. They just obviously come out of nowhere. No one saw COVID on the radar as a universal shutdown. But we're always one Black Swan event away from this entire trajectory being changed.
Yeah.
And by trajectory, I mean these high interest rates that is happening right now. A change of government could bring about a change in rates. I don't want to say catastrophe, but a worldwide event that impacts people in whatever way. Usually it's negative. That can completely change the trajectory of the way things are going. I don't think high rates are here for the long term.
Okay.
I think this is a much necessary readjustment of the market to kind of slow down this crazy increases we're seeing, but I don't think it's long term.
Okay, so I agree with you.
Okay.
My prediction, and what I'll credit David LaRock.
Yeah.
Mortgage broker for Sage, also just like filled with knowledge.
Yeah. Sign up for his newsletters if you don't read it. Every Monday he puts one out. They're fantastic.
And if you don't like getting into all the messy stuff, he's just got a quick summary at the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of just
That's David LaRock.
David LaRock. Yeah. So his theory, which is I think my favorite theory I've heard so far, sorry, which is the fact that, so when 2021 hit and everything started, they just cranked interest rates all the way down to the bottom. Bank of Canada said, borrow. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep it like this forever. You guys are good. Buy your houses, do your things, take your loans. All is good.
Yep.
And all of a sudden inflation got out of hand, and then they had to do something about it. So in order for the Bank of Canada not to be the people that you can point a direct finger at to say, you told us you were okay. You told us we were okay to borrow, and here you are cranking interest rates as fast as possible. That come 2025, 2026, when those fixed terms end and the last of that group is coming up for renewal, is when they're going to, so they're basically, my theory is that they're front loading this interest rate hike and this crazy, very fast paced rise. And once they get inflation down to the bottom or closer down in general
to the targets,
that last little bit of renewal time, they're going to try to sink rates before then. So it doesn't hit as hard as it's, I guess, the plan, or what would happen if they just stayed up. And specifically because they don't want to look like the people that kind of said borrow.
They don't want the pitchforks coming for them.
Yeah.
They don't want to be Frankenstein.
So that's my theory, in that I think the drops are coming. I think they're going to be the most aggressive around that point.
So you're saying like late 2024, early 2025. Yeah, that's kind of in line with what some of these analysts are kind of thinking as well. 2024 is when we're going to start to see around March, the first drop in rates. But that's cool to talk about. But what's that impact going to be? Like when rates were held steady in the mid part of this year, we were super busy.
Well, that's the other effect, right? Is like the moment you pause, everybody's like, yeah, but you're also letting in an enormous amount of people.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, I still believe in the real estate market.
Yeah.
So that's where the real question mark comes into play.
Okay. So real estate as an asset class to me is, think of the garden hose with infinite water. Think of a fire hose. A fire hose needed to wash one of those C-18 Hornets buzzing over us. This is a big, heavy-duty fire hose, and that water is infinite. They're twisting the hose right now to stop the flow. But once they release it, it's going to come out tenfold.
So I heard this. It's same theory, elastic band style.
Okay,
the more they pause, the more that elastic band gets pulled back.
Okay,
and the moment that they release that, it's going to be just like flood into the band's going to release, and the pressure of the band is going to hit.
So I was waiting for the band to hit me in the arm and hurt me. So I was like, oh no, it's going to snap and hurt.
No.
Okay.
It's gonna just
release the energy.
I
like that analogy. I don't like that analogy, but it's a cool analogy. I like mine better. But anyways, that's fine. 5 years, I think we're in agreement that that's going to happen, that rates will be lower and activity will be higher. Prices will definitely be higher. Let's talk about this massive elephant in the room. And Larox brought it up in some of his monthly meetings with us of like how the immigration minister and the housing minister need to have a lunch together and talk. Because there's two different paths both of these people are on.
Yeah.
And you're letting in approximately 400,000 people a year.
Yeah.
Cool. We don't have the places we don't have the space to house that many people, plus what we currently have. And then you're making it ridiculously hard to qualify and to afford these types of things. Yeah. This housing, this shelter, this, crucial thing that everyone needs. And so that's where I'm like, it's got to give. They do have to bring the rates down. I don't know what that would mean for pricing and affordability, but
no. And bringing this up also, which is one more note, which is the rental market is still bonkers.
That's what I want to get to. Good pick up on that.
And that's exactly where this is coming from.
And that's why I think condos will be fueled, because in the next 6 months, from now to the next 6 months, I think condos are going to see a big push up in price as people look to park their money. If the stock market is kind of very volatile and they're not sure where to put it, slow money in real estate is always a good bet to put it in. And with rental prices being so insanely crazy, prices softening from where they've been over a 5-year average type thing, you can get a better deal than you could have in certain parts. That's going to be, I think, an asset class that a lot of people go to invest in. So I think condos will kind of accelerate because of that, because rents are so stupid high.
It's very true. Honestly, yeah, it's condos is always there's such a, I don't want to say easy, but like you don't have to think about them.
I agree with that. I know what you're trying to say. Like it's a very minimal thought intensive process to buy a condo.
No, there's tons of inventory. You're never looking for this, the thought of location is obviously that never goes away, but it doesn't, a residential house, like a freehold house, sits on a lot on a street, and it's very important where that sits and situated. But in a condo building, there's just your inventory. What I'm trying to say is your inventory is there's more of.
Yeah, more of easy to pick layouts.
Yes.
Whereas houses are so specific, how many bedrooms, bathrooms you need to renovate, it's a lot more labor intensive and money intensive.
Yeah. And if the roof breaks, that's you're getting out there to deal with that, or you're sending somebody out there to deal with that. Whereas a condo it's a lot more turnkey.
You just reminded me of something that's nothing to do with future predictions, but don't for a second think that if you live in a house, you don't have maintenance fees.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. You just pay them large every 10 to 15 years when, a system in your house breaks, the roof, the window, the foundation, whatever the case is.
Absolutely.
So, don't say there's no maintenance fees in houses, because I just built a retaining wall and I paid a lot of money for that retaining wall on my houses. So if you do have a home, you should be putting aside money as a slush fund for when those improvements.
Yeah.
They're inevitable. They always come up. They always happen. Let's not even get into shoveling and lawn care. God.
Yeah.
I live in a loft, so I don't do that. But my dad lives in a house, and I got to do it for him usually, and it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. Okay, so we think we have a pretty rosy outlook long term.
Yeah,
we think maybe short term in the next 3 months or so, it's going to be pretty ho hum. Maybe nothing to get too excited about. We have varying opinions about which sector will be doing better.
Yep.
But that's just a fun bet. That's nothing you need to be taking financial advice on. Right? Our prize is just brine juice.
So also keep in mind, all of this is, if we're talking, this is just predictions.
This is just shooting the breeze.
When we're going to watch this back, at the top of next year, we're going to be like, remember how off we were when we were?
I'm expecting that. I'm expecting that.
Which is why predictions are always fun. You get to see what happens.
Yeah. And I think don't take things so seriously. Like the news puts so much pressure on getting it right, or on these people coming out there with these graphs and this and that. One black swan effect in your graph is garbage.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
Like Bank of Canada, you should go out and spend. 2 years later, oh my God.
Yeah.
What do we buy? How do we pay for this thing? So just do what makes sense to you.
Exactly.
Ignore the noise. Always listen to us, but ignore everyone else.
Yeah.
I say that jokingly. Cool, man. I feel good with that.
Yeah, that's a good. I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah, I feel good with all that. We'll see where we set. So when you want to do the review, end of year?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. We're almost at our 1 year anniversary, you and me.
I know.
Do you know what day it is? I don't.
I don't. It's got to be mid to end of September, I think.
I would offer you my wedding anniversary as the day, but I know I already hear my wife complaining. Not complaining, getting mad that I'm not honoring our sacred day.
We were the day just before.
Okay, we could do that. How about the 21st? I like the 21st. My anniversary is the 23rd.
All right.
Is 21 a good number for you?
21's a great number.
Okay, that's it. 21st is our anniversary.
All right.
Looking forward to, where are you taking me? How should I dress?
Should I dress up? Yeah.
I need to go to the Mars Diner.
Oh, that is a anniversary meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling someone how much you eat, and they were like, who is this guy? Joey the Swan. What's your new name? You're not the Swan anymore.
Juicy J.
Juicy J. I thought you were Joey the Giraffe for a second.
The giraffe.
Because I like this. Giraffes aren't green. I think I was thinking of the jungle when I saw
Safari Joe.
Safari Joe?
Yes,
that works.
Safari Joe.
Yeah.
Green shirt. If you see this shirt on, we're talking about animals.
Planes, waves, sharks, animals. What are we doing? Episode 22. I'm good with that. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs. I'm just going to re-shout out Dory. I'm going to re-shout out Dory from the Armstrong team.
Yeah. I want to shout out Alex Wong. He made last week fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll jump on board with that. Yeah.
He didn't get us the 100 views he promised us. But a lot of questions about Loblaws and arancinis and his obsession with rice balls. So maybe we'll have him back to further redeem himself and get us 100 views.
Get us around too, yeah.
We're almost at 1,000 views on YouTube. So if you are still listening to this, we don't ask for money. Just please like our YouTube channel so we can get to 1,000.
We just like even numbers.
No, I would get monetized at 1,000. Okay. And I'm only going to make $20 a year off of my YouTube account. But hey, man, it'll go to the confetti when we have guests on the show.
That's exactly it.
I reinvest all the funds we make on this podcast.
If you want more confetti, please subscribe.
There you go. That's the plug. You want more confetti? Think of us out there, confetti-less. Do you want us living confetti-less?
Pockets, outwards pockets, no confetti.
Funny enough, when I went home after last week's podcast, I had my laptop away for a couple of days. I opened it up and there was 5 confettis.
Yeah.
Came out. My wife's like, what the hell is this?
I noticed afterwards, there was a half drunk espresso, and when Alex popped it, there was one clean confetti that just covered
right
the
in there. Poor guy. Maybe that's why we didn't get 100 views. Low key, he's screw these amateurs. Make me come on their show.
Beautiful.
This is good. We're almost at episode 25. That is the milestone episode where we'll be doing
all the things we said we were going to do.
Yep, all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll have to wait on the brines. But
on the brines, brines will be episode December.
Yeah. Episode December.
Wherever we're at in December, that's when we'll do the brines. We'll do an end of year thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe bring everyone that we've had on the show, all 3 people, bring them back. See where they're at in their lives. See how this podcast has impacted them. I would love to get a Blink-182 cover band out here for you.
Oh, God.
We're going too far. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
I was about to clap.
And we're done.
And we're done. Thank you. Thanks for listening to the Toronto Livings Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.